This is my first video out on the road bike for a long time. And look at that massive pothole right there. That's been there since winter. No one's taking care of it. That'll take out a cyclist. And it's a good way to start this ride because I did a little bit of research about the roads in Massachusetts. And what I found wasn't very positive. I'm about to do a nice scenic ride along the Merrimack River, which is absolutely a beautiful ride. But I will be pointing out how bad the friggin' roads are. And for that reason, I usually bike and cycle in New Hampshire, since I live on the border, and they take care of the roads. This is about one of 3 roads in my own town. This is the main one. It's actually nice and been repaved over the past decade. But that's it. But when you come up to this intersection and cross the road, it becomes really bumpy, and if there's a car behind you, you have to kind of get back into the middle lane because the right side's a mess. And here comes this section, and there is a car behind me, and I have no choice but to go out in front of it. That's been there for 5 years at least. At least that driver was nice enough to give me room. I'm about to cross this old chain bridge to get across the Merrimack. It's always one of my least favorite places to ride over, but I gotta get across the river somehow. The road's not so great. It's one lane, it's busy, and you just gotta hope you get a sympathetic motorist behind you. I usually try to ride over as fast as I can. This section's fine. That looks like they actually fixed the pothole there. Here we go. I mean, come on. It's like riding over cobblestones. It's getting much better here. It might be the case that because of where I live, right on the border of Massachusetts, New Hampshire, I notice the roads more because it's such a stark contrast between the two states. And that's what blows my mind. And I looked it up this morning. As far as the road infrastructure goes, New Hampshire comes in the top 5. And Massachusetts is around 40. So it's like you notice it as soon as you cross the border. I mean, this is a beautiful part of the country up here in Northeast Mass, and I love the scenery and the nature, but if they could just fix the roads like New Hampshire does, I'd ride down here more often. That's another deep one. Get your wheel in there, you're going down. I also did a bit of research to find out, Jesus, why Massachusetts have such a problem. Part of it is that local towns, and 90% of the roads are maintained by local towns and cities. And I'll tell you right now, my town doesn't have enough to pay the school budget. They've been losing teachers every year because they have no money. So if we're not paying our taxes towards the school, we're not paying the taxes towards the roads, I'm not sure where the money's going. And apparently, the federal government sends Massachusetts an amount of money, which then gets divided out about the towns. And for 2026, my town got enough money to pave about 1.5 miles of road. That's just sickening. I mean, something's broken. We can't be the richest country in the world and unable to pave our roads. So we need to come to the reality is that we're not the richest country in the world, or somebody's stealing our taxes. And then we have pointless wars, like the war in Iran costing $2 billion a day, but we can't pave a road. It's sickening, really. I didn't mean to get on a rant about that or get political, just so you know I don't like either party. They're both complicit. I did a 40-mile ride yesterday, and I think I'm already feeling the effects of it on these hills. So I'm only 7 miles in and starting to feel it a little bit. Yeah, don't move over at all. There was no car in the other lane. It's ridiculous the way people drive. As I said, the good news is I'm only doing a like 28-mile ride today. And most of these hills come in the beginning. Look at this thing in the bike lane. It's like a rock. I think it's cement, but it's been there forever. This is one of the rare roads that they repaved, and it's beautiful to ride on. I used to ride on it anyway, even though it was terrible, because look at the views. It's beautiful down here, and there's no traffic. So it has quickly become one of my favorites of all time now that it's repaved. And I wish they'd do this all the way up and down the Merrimack, because all the roads were as bad as this one before they repaved it. Well, not quite as bad, but approaching it. But this is great. There's no reason every road in America can't look like this. It's so nice when all the flowers are in bloom again. Winter's behind us, and it was a rough one. Lots and lots of snow up here, to the point that I threw out my back just shoveling it. I'm hoping for a beautiful summer. Roads be damned. Now, I don't want people to think I'm just bashing on Massachusetts, because I actually love living here. It's just a blessing and a curse sometimes. I mean, I love the northeast section of Massachusetts. It's beautiful, it's hilly, it's got quiet back roads. They're just not in great shape. I have to deal with some rough winters, but it only makes see what I'm talking about. It only makes the summer more special. I don't know why they didn't pave that one little rough section and they paved everything else, but oh well. I even recently got a new car because I don't want to damage its shocks and all that stuff. I'm constantly avoiding potholes in that. It's not just affecting bikes. I also did a little research into how we could increase funding for infrastructure and how much more money it would take to solve our problem. And it sounded like about $100 billion a year over time would do it. Now, considering our military budget is 900 and something billion per year. Effective immediately, we should be taking 100 of that and putting it to infrastructure until our problems are solved. I don't think the military's going to miss it. But it'll never happen. I really woke up on the wrong side of bed this morning, apparently. But cycling makes things better. Usually makes me forget about all the world's problems. But not today. I picked a beautiful day to ride though. See, I didn't even see that one coming because of all the shadows. Yeah, this road's a mangled mess. You're just constantly looking for landmines. More of the same, then also more of the same beauty. Look at that. Yep, more of the same. More horrible road right before this hill that for some reason, oh, look at this road. I mean, come on. But anyway, this isn't the hill I was talking about, it's right after here. And for some reason, I always underestimate it. More lovely road. Oh my Lord. These are getting worse. Here's the hill. At least the road's okay on this. I don't know, it's the length of it, because it's not that steep, it's just a steeving. You can bet by the time I get up here I'll be out of breath. Uh-oh. Something got stuck in my bike. It's kind of twig, but I think it's out. There, whatever that was, it's out. I had to walk a little bit up the hill because I didn't want to start in the middle. More patches. There is a nice reward for going up that hill though. You get to fly down this hill. Here we go. That never gets old. So you might be asking yourself, all right, so you're bitching about the roads, go do something about it. There's not much I can do, but in the research I did, well, one thing surprised me about it. I can report potholes. I think I just have to take a picture of them, pin the location on the map, and send it to my city. So I was a little surprised that they don't actively go out looking for them themselves and it's just user reported. But maybe I'll actually take them up on it, and so let's just see how long it takes to get any of the potholes I requested filled in. I'll do my little part. Again, filling in potholes is already a last resort. Because when they do it, it doesn't make the road smooth, it's like cobblestones. But anyway, I'll do that part. And once I do, every time I ride by that pothole again, I will give an update of how long it takes it. back in my town now, a couple of miles from home. And as you can see, the roads here are just a patchwork, complete mess. I have a car behind me now and I keep having to go out to the road to avoid all these holes. It's amazing all it takes to screw you up on a bike. For example, I'm going to run over something here, if I can find it again. This little utility manhole cover that I just bumped over about 3 years ago. I ran over that with only one hand on the handlebars at the time, and it sent me going to the right towards a wall, hit the wall, went over the handlebars, landed on my back and separated my shoulder. And that's all it took. And some of these potholes that I showed you today are way worse than that. Not even close. But anyway, had to vent today. It's good to get it off my chest. I'm going to end the video here today.